Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be looking at uh, the raw deck again. Now this is a pure build. In my previous video I made like a Apophis Fiendsmith build, and for some reason a lot of people got angry because I was playing Fiendsmith, which doesn't make any fucking sense. Because obviously if you want to play a deck competitively, you need to find like the most optimal way to play it, and pure version is 100% not the most optimal way. And the way I usually do things is like I start off with a certain build, and then like I move on to like different builds and try different variants. And if you guys have been watching my videos for a long time, you know that I always do this for new decks that I'm interested in. And yeah, that's why we're showcasing the pure version, and then I'm gonna try out some other builds that I do have in mind as well. And just to like summarize what I think about this deck, the pure version, I think it's bad actually. I don't think it's ass, but I think it's bad. Mainly because this deck loses to loss of one card. For example, like SP on Immortal Sun, if you're only playing one, you just lose the duel immediately. There's nothing you can do. Literally nothing. There's no way to kill your opponents. There's no way to like recycle your cards. There's literally nothing. No recursion, no OTK, no plays, nothing. You can play two of this in your deck, which I actually would recommend you probably do if you're playing the pure build. Mainly just to stop that from happening. And there are some cards which is so bad. Even in the pure build, you'd think they have more value, but they just don't. And well, I'm talking about this guy. This guy is just awful in every possible way. Because if you like, what this does is like you're sending something to the graveyard. There's two scenarios you can do. Okay, two things. Either you can send one of your monsters, so you can add them back to the hand if this has hit the graveyard this turn. So you send Death Shock and then add it back, or you can send the Immortal Sun and then add this back to your hand. Guess what? Both fucking suck. Why? Because adding this doesn't make any difference, because on the opponent's turn, this actually adds it anyway, which you're gonna set up with the Silhouette Rabbits. So this will access your Vajra Death Shock and basically anything else you want. The other thing is this Immortal Sun from the graveyard is actually way worse than searching it, because it's gonna get belled. And guess what? Nothing in this deck actually baits out the bell. But if you try to add and they Ash, that's actually completely fine, because Ash is probably gonna get baited with the other cards, because we search a lot. Like this is searching, this is searching, this is not this one. This one is searching, this one is searching. Like they're all searching, right? So and this one as well. So they will 100% like Ash one of them, and they can use your other cards to actually add the Immortal Sun, and then you can activate it, right? And then they can still bell it, but at least you can add it back from the graveyard after, right? If you activate this from the grave, you're fucked. There's no way to actually get this back. You have to like shuffle it back and then add it, which most likely that's not gonna happen in this deck. This deck doesn't combo. So yeah, I felt like the deck was actually quite weak. I played this for even more consistency. Because this can actually add the Hell Poemer, and then you can make plays off of this. Was that realistic, like good or not? I think it wasn't really that great. If I would, maybe I'd just play one copy of this, because if you already opened this is pretty much not really doing anything. I mean, you can count it as like more copies of this, so that you have something to discard for this awful card. But yeah, and then the other thing I need to talk about is actually this card, because initially there was a translation error. And I saw some people also in my comments say, no, it's actually optional to send like the raw to the graveyard when you summon it off this. And I was like, no, that's not true. And I read the card multiple times, and even on like multiple websites, and it kept saying like, you must send it to the graveyard. It's not optional. And then it turns out it was actually like a mistranslation, and they actually fixed it. And now it says you can send it to the graveyard. This actually makes a huge difference, because initially I was thinking that this was optional. Then I tried it out and I actually checked the text on multiple different websites, and it was like, no, you must send it. And this made this card even worse than it already is. But because this is now actually fixed, I think it actually has more value. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how good this card is, it was like a 1 out of 10. I think now it's like a 3 or 4 out of 10. It's still bad, but it's not as bad as it was. Mainly because you can actually summon this Winged Dragon of Ra, and you can keep it on the field, and that actually allows you to use this effect right here, which didn't really make sense to me. How the fuck like you are forced to send this to the grave, because it has this effect, right? And you want Winged Dragon of Ra, the OG, on the field, so you can use this. And there was just no way to actually get this. You need to play like other old cards or something, which are very bad, to make this live, right? And then the other thing was the fact that your life points, they were never going to be lower than your opponent's. There's no way to actually get them lower unless you play like some other engine, which is like Millennium or something. But now that this is fixed, this can actually pay 1,000 life points, target this, which can't be destroyed by card effects. You pay 2,000 life points, so you activate it twice, because this is not once per turn. And then your life points are going to be lower than your opponent. And then when you summon this on your opponent's turn, with this, for example, or something, you can make your opponent discard one card, which is going to be good, because hand drops are always good. So it has more value now. I don't think it's like insane, but it definitely is better than it was before. And also the fact that you can usually make Vardraws in this deck now, because initially I was only playing one of these, and I thought like I don't want to play two. And that's because I was playing Fatesmith as well, so it wasn't really worth it. And now it is. Like, I definitely think like Vardraws is very good in this deck. You definitely should be playing it in the pure deck. Then the other thing is like the way I'm building this deck. I built it to be better going second than going first, because if I go first, my interruptions are probably not going to be that great. I'm only going to have like maybe 4 or 5 interruptions, maybe 6, but that's not great, to be honest. And if I go second, I actually have more OTK potential and more ways to like stop my opponents. And you have lots of like one carders, like this one, which we can use, and they actually combo with like other cards like Gallant Thief. So you can tribute this from your hand, you can also tribute this, and they both trigger, which makes this a lot better in this deck. And then you can obviously just tribute your opponent's cards instead of going like Sphere mode. And I'm also playing Sphere mode because it's also another target for this. Now you can't activate this card if you don't have anything to send. So if you've already sent this, and let's say you activate this, they pop it, and you never get to search, and then you have another one in hand, it's actually going to be dead if you only play one of these. So I thought, you know what, I'll just play the Sphere mode as well. And then moving forward, I think I would actually do that as well, even like other builds, but we'll see. This card is okay. I don't think it's that great. I initially thought it gains attack and defense, so you can like swing over something and crash and then trigger its effects, but it doesn't work that way. And then I thought, yeah, that would like trigger the Visor Deaths, but no. 3 4, 3 Parolia, 2 Droll, 3 Ash. You need these because they're hand traps, and you need a way to stop your opponent. I think Forbidden Crown was decent as well. Talent's decent. Call by, it was okay. I don't think like opponents didn't really have Droll that they used too much, and I wasn't really playing around Droll because this deck searches a lot, and they actually have to play into Droll, I feel like, and it wasn't really, you know, performing that great. Aside from this extra deck, just Extra Knight, nuke the field, Zeus if we go into one of these, and then like Crash going Zeus. The Lava Golem never came up. I feel like Lava Golem just felt, I don't know, like there was no situations where I felt like I really need Lava Golem right now, which is kind of odd because this deck doesn't really do that much. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe if they made this like you can special summon twice, that would have been better. I feel like only one special summon always makes me not want to use this, because the first thing you want to do is like summon this immediately, but then you can't special summon anything except Raw. So if you go for Raw, you get Bell, you lose. You probably don't have anything else to continue off. So yeah, I don't know about this card, to be honest. Barricade Blocker, this is just like some stuff to discard this one, discard these. And then it's going to be like an extra one, so if I have 2 of these as well, I can go Barricade Blocker and then go into the Nightmare Unicorn. Medicurious, which I guess you can go into with Fancy Ball if you want, or just make it, and then because we summoned a lot and we can steal opponent's monsters, you can make like all 3 effects live. Never came up. Silhouette Rabbit's very good. I might actually play 2 of these, in fact, and cut one of these that didn't come up. Saryuja, just whatever, if it comes up, it comes up. And it allows you to like special summon one of the other cards to continue playing, and then just the Underworld in case you need to out like some towers or whatever, and you don't have access to this. Yeah. So let's hop into some replays. Let's see this one against Blitzclique. Okay, so opponent is on Blitzclique. I think I'm going first. So he goes Parolia. I thought for a bit, I was like, do I want to ash this? Because I only have this. If this gets ashed, I have no plays, and then I would have wasted the ash, and I have none. And I can't activate the Parolia because this is stuck. Also about this card, I'm still thinking about whether I want to keep playing this at 3 or cut it to 1, because this has a huge floodgate here for both players that neither can attack like their monsters on the turn they're special summoned, except the Winged Dragon of Ra. I don't think this includes this. So if you summon this, this actually cannot attack as well, I think, because this is in reference to the OG. It has stopped my opponents from OTKing me a lot, but it can also really fuck you over as well. Because we don't have a reliable way to send it to the graveyard, and that's the issue. So once it's stuck in the back row, it's stuck in the back row. But yeah. So we're gonna activate Prolia as well. I don't know what my opponent is playing, but in the case where he's playing something like Chaos or something, and he summons from hand, I'm gonna get draws. And you can see he actually does have Crackle, right? So we're gonna go the True Sun, and then activate the Sun leading to the Darkness, send the Raw, and then get Help Homer, discard the other Prolia, and then summon. You can see he doesn't activate Crackle, because he's under Prolia. So Prolia actually, you know, did something here. So then I'm gonna activate this. You can see I actually don't activate the effect in case he has Imperm. I have learned not to activate that because last video I definitely fucked up. We didn't get punished for it, but I didn't want to get punished this time. So we just summon it, no effect, and then link top so we can trigger it from the graveyard, and there's no way to stop it from the grave. And then we can set two Sun Protectors, one of them activatable to Cern, activate it, search, and then we can search the True Sun, set it, and pass. Okay, so let's see what the opponent is playing. He's going Blitzclique, so I'm gonna activate this to summon, and then he goes Breakaway. So with Breakaway, he actually can't pop these. He can only pop these 3, and if he pops this, I can just chain it as well. So he's gonna force out the Immortal Sun. Doesn't really matter. I don't think that's a good pop. And then we're gonna add the Help Homer, then search. He's gonna pop the True Sun so he can attack. That's fine. And then we're gonna add the Makura and keep it in the hand so we can just send it with this. And then because I'm also playing the other trap card, it can be more interrupted as well. So he attacks, we're going to take 2,000 and then gain 1,000. And then we're going to send this and send this to the grave. And now we trigger it and set the Domination. I was thinking, should I use Domination here or not? And I thought, no, I'll actually use it on my turn, not knowing what he has here. So we're going to trigger these, add them to the hand, and then this goes to the grave. He goes Breakaway immediately to pop my Domination, so it doesn't trigger. I think he thought he was making a good play, but it's just like, whatever. This actually doesn't matter. So we're just gonna go into the Vardos. Yeah. So he activates this and attempts to make me, like, activate Vardos, which I'm 100% not gonna do because that's dumb. This is only gonna negate a spell, and I'm not gonna activate a spell. I think so, actually. Actually, I think I forgot this is spell card or effect. I thought it was only card. So I think I activate this, and then I realize, oh, it's effect as well. So let's see. And the reason I didn't do this is because I was fearing like an impermanence on this after. So we're gonna activate the the Immortal Sun, and then discard the Makura, which is gonna trigger. And then he attempts to negate it, and then I'm gonna negate it, and then he has to activate this, whatever it is, and I'm gonna pop it. Yep, shuffles back, so he negates his own effect here, whatever. And then he pops me with Crackle, that's fine. And I think he said GG's for some reason here. I don't know, I don't think he knows what this deck does. Okay. So we're gonna go True Sun, he goes Crackle, fine. And then we're gonna discard the Spear Mode. He goes Whiska, pop, okay. Sure, yep. And then we are gonna discard, and then summon, and this is all just baiting. He activates the Whiska, he's like very happy here. He thought he won. But guess what? Like, we have this engraved, but this time I'm playing 2 of these because it's a pure deck. So I'm gonna go Immortal Sun, send it to the grave, summon it, attack over his Whiska, 14,000 attack. Say ya. Alright, so game 2. This time he actually made me go first again, because again it's Blitzclique. So he's gonna go full loss. Did he side in Nibiru? What the fuck? Really? Why did you do that? Surely he wasn't playing Nibiru game 1, right? Okay, he also, I think, sided in this. I don't think he was playing this in this. I mean, I didn't check his deck, but there's no way you'd main, like, Rescue Ace, Impulse, and Fire Attacker. That's mad. So we're gonna activate Prolia again this time, because this time we know it's Blitzclique, so it's actually a good play to do that. He does not have Crackle, but he has Nibiru, so if we play into Nib, he's gonna give us, I think it's 1 draw. The token doesn't count, if I'm not mistaken. So we go True Sun. Also, I just want to make this clear. When I say I think this deck sucks, I don't mean I hate this deck. I actually love this deck. Otherwise, I wouldn't be playing it. It's still very fun to play, and I love Raw. But I think this pure version sucks. The Fiendsmith version is a lot better. It just needs tweaking, and I think once we get the other cards within this like set, because usually they give us like card towards the end, and then the next pack also has a card or two cards. Like they gave Chaos two cards, right? It was Black Skill Dragon and the Shattering Sword, which I think might also be the case. So like these main cards, the first 10 they reveal are usually gonna get like two cards maybe in the next support. So Joey might also be getting two cards. So hopefully once we get like all these cards, they're gonna fix these issues, and then this deck is gonna be very good. Because I think this is like on the bridge, no, not bridge. It's like on the edge of being very good. But these small little cards actually fucking the deck over that it's becoming a bad deck. So, and I don't believe this is genuinely a bad deck. So we're gonna go Help Homer, and then we are gonna Chain Link block it. Now this is actually very good. That you open this plus the Help Homer, because it's gonna dodge both Ogre and Ash Blossom and Purge. And Purge is actually very important to mention because it recently got support with the new Dominators card, so it's actually important to play around the Purge. So we're gonna set the Egyptian Slime, and then we're gonna activate it. I love that this can't be destroyed by card effects. It's actually usually very useful. Because, you know, if they go for like, what do you call it, like Purge on this, for example, they can't pop if they have a trap engrave. So it's still going to be on the field, and I can use it to link or go into Vardraws. Now you can see like when we made that Hellform play, we actually played around his impulse, and now we're gonna trigger his Fire Attacker, but that's whatever. I'm just gonna crown this. Now, is this a good crown? I think yes, because I know my opponent doesn't have anything. He hasn't used anything from hand, and I don't want him to draw into something. So let's see if this was a good play or not, to see what he would have drawn into. Yes, that was a good play, because he would have drawn into the Coulomb. And that would have been very bad for me, because that's a play, and he currently has no plays. So we're going to go Gilgarth, one of the worst monsters ever. Then I'm going to put back his... you know what? I feel like Gilgarth would have been insane if it can stack your either deck. What do you guys think about that? Stack your opponent's deck with full loss, like Kultun. And... oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to mention about this card. It's really bad also because in this meta, after like Chaos Origins, Beyond the Brave, and all these sets, there's lots of cards that want to banish. And if you don't have a way to put back your banished cards, then what are you fucking doing, right? And this should have been Banish or Grave, from either Banish or Grave. That would have been a lot better. I think the card would have still been okay, not really great, but it wouldn't be this ass. Just so we can still play like one Immortal Sun, we won't have to play two of these. So we're gonna go Silhouette Rabbit, set a Egyptian Slime, and then set a Immortal Sun. Add the Help Homer back, and then add the Gilgarth, add this, and then we can get the Visor Shock on the opponent's turn as well. So he is gonna go Search to pop me, that's fine. He's gonna turn on his Wuska. I'm actually gonna go for this now because I'm not sure how many Thunders he has in hand. He can pop all of them, so he can't pop this now. And then whenever I summon off this, he also can't pop, which is going to be the Fusion. Yep. The Son of Darkness. Nice. So I'm going to... okay, he could have negated this, but he didn't. I think... I don't know why he actually didn't. Because now I can actually send all three from hand, and then send all these to the graveyard. Do you guys think this is balanced? I think he shuffles back one, so he still has this in hand. But it doesn't matter. I accidentally clicked summon. This should not have happened, but this also shows you that, you know, on the opponent's turn, you can just add the Visor Shock and then use it. You don't really need this to send it, and then you add it in the end phase, because this is literally useless. One of the most useless cards ever. I can see people not even playing this card when this deck comes out competitively. It's really just not good. So opponent's gonna pop the True Sun, which is actually good for me, because now I can attack for lethal. We set the Sun Domination, and then he realizes, oh shit, I can't do anything here. Sun Domination is also just very powerful here. Because the Immortal Sun can now summon the OG Ra, I can actually just turn on both effects whenever I want, instead of going into this. And right now, it can summon two monsters from both graveyards, and then I can just tribute this... sorry, activate from grave to tribute this whenever I want. And I can do it on the opponent's turn as well. On my turn, I mean. Okay. Now, let's watch this one against Darklords. So, opponent goes first. He's gonna go Branded Opening. So, this is Despia, Majesty, High Hyperion? What? The Agent. He's just playing Fairy Slop, it seems. Hold on. Is he playing like the Slime Balls as well? Okay, he's not that crazy. So he's gonna go summon a Chell, and then he is gonna add the Morning Star. Okay. Branded in red, Fallen, Angel, and Darkness. Fallen, the Virtuous. How many Fallens do you have? Branded opening. Okay. Sure. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna draw the Crown, which is kind of his card here, but this hand is... I don't know how I feel about this hand, actually. Because he has Fallen the Virtuous, he actually fucks up my combo, because if he didn't have it, or a way to like pop these, I think this hand would have been okay, but because he does, it actually makes this hand very weak. Because I already have to probably tribute these. Let's see, so I go True Sun, I'm gonna add the Sphere mode. So, you're probably thinking, okay, well, couldn't you have done a better play than going Sphere mode here? It's just because he has 4 back rows. I was thinking he has Crown, in this case, right? And if he has Crown, I'm actually in a very bad spot, because he would just Crown this. So I thought, what if I tribute him with Sphere mode? And then I get access to the Hell Poemer and discard this, and then I can actually set the Domination. So let's actually just read Domination real quick. If the Winged Dragon Fra monster is on the field, which this is, right? Special summon one monster from each grave, and then this is like an optional effect that you can do. Main thing is like you can special summon from both graves, and then I can link climb as well. And I can actually do some more stuff, because I know I'm not going to kill him this turn. It's just literally not possible with 4 back rows. So let's see. So I go Sun, and then he pops it. And that's actually annoying, because here I actually can't activate another one, even if I have one, because this is on the field, and this is gone. And then he goes Brand Opening, discards, and I set these in an attempt to pass. I want him to play into Talents, but he just never does. He goes End Phase, and then he activates the Albion to set a FNV, and then, okay. Now, cool thing with this deck is, even though I ended on nothing, what appears to be nothing, this is actually not nothing, because I can still go Immortal Sun, which I can set off of this, and that's going to be activatable that turn, which means I can immediately summon the, what do you call it, the Darkness Raw, right, this one. So we're going to summon, and then we're going to add, yeah, I really love this card. This is one of the best cards in the deck, to be honest, the Slime. It's so good. It makes Varo draws, it summons on the opponent's turn, it can't be absorbed by card effects, help you lethal, it's so good. So we're gonna immediately set the Immortal Sun, and then we have Crown as well. So watch what I do here. He goes into first Darklord, he's gonna nuke the field. What do you guys think I do here? Do you guys think I'm gonna Crown this? Let's see. So I summon Ra, and then summon the Fusion Ra, and I'm actually gonna Crown my own Slime. And then he is gonna attempt to get rid of this or something. It doesn't work. I think he was negating it, actually. Tries to attack, and Crown is like, nope. There he goes. So we were gonna get like to add stuff back, and then we also have Talents. And then I kept this because I can also make Varo draws, because this can set like another Slime. And then I can make Varo as well on the opponent's turn, and I can also just use this to attack if I want. Crowning this was definitely the best play. Crowning this is just whatever. Then he just still attacks over this with the Evening Star, which is not great for me. Okay, and then Elfnotes. So I'm gonna Perulia. He also has lots of hand traps here. So he goes for the spell, mills the Power Patron level 1, and then he revives the Elfnote Power Patron, goes Junora, I think. And then summons Elfnotes. We're gonna draw into True Sun. That's actually not bad. Okay. It's good to have at least 2 plays here. And then I just need something to like break his board as well. So if I draw into Gallant Thief, that will be very good. So I'm gonna Ash his Elfnote Power Patron so he doesn't add, and then you can see like this deck actually displays around Perulia quite well, which you would think it doesn't, because they summon a lot from the hand, but they can make all these plays to play around it. So yeah, this deck is definitely quite annoying, but it's definitely not as powerful as it is in the OCG. Oh my god. I actually did not remember we actually got the Gallant Thief. That's insane. Gallant Thief, tribute both of these, and then he can still summon and negate, because he can summon the Synchro. This one. The Seraphim. And then Ogre, Bell is a problem. And then he can also just go Regina and then summon and use the other effects. So this is actually not the easiest here, but we can still beat this, mainly because of Gallant Thief. So Gallant tributed his monsters, and then it's also going to be checking an Ash or Bell. I was thinking he actually does have Bell in hand, because if you look here, he actually discarded the Bell on his turn, which was like, oh shit, if he bells my Immortal Sun quick play, I'm going to lose. So this was kept just for the Bell. Even if he Ashes, unless I really need that to resolve, that like the search effect, I would not negate it. So he is going to go for this. He's going to negate my True Sun. And then if he negates the Sun leading into the darkness, I will have to negate the Ash, if he has it. So it was either Ash Bell. He has both, I lose. So he goes for this to randomly bounce a card from hand. I make it so that he can't do that by crowning, because crown means I go 1 for 1. It just guarantees, like, it's as if he ripped the crown, right? I want to keep this in the hand. And then I'm going to go Sun leading into the darkness. He goes for this. That's fine. And then he activates this. Oh, you're an idiot. Oh, that's why he scooped? Okay. So if you've never played Elfnotes, what you want to do with this deck is... These are usually level 6, especially the one in middle monster zone, so you want to make it to level 9, and then with this, you can immediately synchro into the level 10 June Pride, and then this will summon 3 Elfnotes from deck, hand, and grave. Because he used this effect for some reason, he's going to reduce all the monsters on the field by 3. So this becomes a level 3, and then he uses this on it to make it to level 6. He thought that he's making it a level 9, so he can go into June Pride, and then he realizes, oh shit, I fucked up. And now he only has Ogre and Bell. I don't know why, but he actually scooped here, which he didn't really have to, because if he Ogres this, I will have to negate it, and then he can Bell my True Sun. I will still have some cards to actually still play, so I'm not sure how the outcome would have been, because I would still make all my plays and then go for the the Immortal Sun last, and then he would Bell, right? But this actually puts him in a very bad spot. And I also have an Ash Blossom waiting in my hand. So then he just scoops here. Probably a shame scoop here, I think. So then we have this one. I thought this was Mitsurugi, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is actually Adventure Mitsurugi Chaos. Let's see. Yes. Oh, is it? No, I saw Corrupt Ritual. But he's playing it for Fiendsmith. So this is a Fiendsmith Adventure Mitsurugi deck. Okay, just super slop here. So I'm gonna go Makura. I have to activate this, and then we're gonna go Egyptian Slime. Thankfully, he doesn't have any hand traps, because my hand is not gonna play through any hand traps here. And then we're gonna go True Sun, go for the Leading into the Darkness, send draw, and then we're gonna add the Help Homer so we can discard the Slime, and then we can trigger both. Chain Link block this one. And then we can add the Immortal Sun plus the Gilgarth. So look at this. We summon the Ra, keep it on the field, and this is what I'm talking about. You go Wing Dragon of Ra, pay 1000 life points, attempt to pop your Slime, but it can't get popped because it can't be destroyed by card effects. Then you activate it again, and you pay another 1000. Now I'm 2000 life points below my opponent, so if I summon Help Homer on the opponent's turn, I'm going to be able to discard a random card from hand. So then we go into the Varro, and then discard, add the Immortal Sun back, and then we can get all of these back because the Immortal Sun hit the graveyard. Nice. This is a solid hand here. So he goes, okay, he went for Griffin because he thought I might negate, but I actually don't negate the Griffin here. I don't think that was a good play. But then he goes Super Poly anyway, so like, why not just Super Poly to begin with? Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. Was there a reason you did this? I just don't know. So he Super Polys anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to go into the Slime. And then I'm going to search. And then we're going to get the Visor of Shock. So what I should have done here is I actually forgot because I was more focused on this play. I should have actually grabbed the Help Homer and summoned it. So I can make him discard a card from hand as well. And then I can add the Visor of Shock. I think another thing I was thinking about was the fact that I wanted to go into the other trap card, which would require 2 free slots, which I think would have been fine because I can just summon this in the extra monster zone. So yeah, definitely should have added Help Homer, summon, add Visor Shock, so I can make him discard. And then he goes Dark, but I have Droll. So once we Droll him here, it's over. And then, yeah, we don't even have to use our other interruptions. We still had this for the trap. We still have like Visor, Death Shot. We have the Raw. And yeah, he can't kill us. He also can't attack this turn. Okay, Phantom Knights. So we're gonna go Perulia, he's gonna Ash. Okay. Then he is gonna go Doom Solaret. My hand's actually not good here. I have no plays. So he's gonna go into the Malevolent Scythe, I'm gonna Ash this. And then he has the normal summon turn skills. He's gonna discard the Fogblade, and then he is gonna send out Sound Boat, summon, and then he's gonna trigger this, Xyz. Why would you use that? I don't understand. Is there a reason for this? Why not just like Xyz normally? What a waste. Okay, whatever. So he gets to add the rank up magic, and then he is gonna revive here, and then go into the Dark Requiem, which is gonna be, I guess, like negates here for monsters, whatever. Okay, and I think he was happy with this board. He was like, good luck or some shit. But little does he know, Gallant Thief is here. Okay, bye-bye to your board, and then we can set one and attack, and then he goes Dominus Spark on it. Okay, and you can set Called by the Grave and pass. So he doesn't really have much here. So I'm gonna activate this immediately. Then he has the Fogblade, which I think we knew he probably had, and there was not much I could have done about that. Okay, and then I was actually waiting for him to use oh, actually, never mind. That's different duel. So we're gonna draw into Hellformer, nice. So we're gonna summon it. Hopefully, he doesn't have another Fogblade. He has a Solemn Accusation, which is live because he set it the previous turn. So he waits for me to go True Sun, and then Sun leading into Dark, and then he negates this for some reason. And then we're gonna go Silhouette Rabbit, set another Egyptian Slime, which is so powerful. Like you guys see, this card's carrying the entire deck. So he top decks a Cloak. Okay. So first thing he does is go Fogblade, revive this. Now, do you guys think I should have Cold Bite this? Because the answer is actually no. Yeah, the average player would definitely see, oh, Rusty Bardiche, of course you Cold Bite this. There's no way you let that go through. But if you actually check his graveyard, he has 2 Fogblades banished. And then he has this trap banished. Usually, they don't play anything else. There's the other trap, which I think in competitive decks they have been cutting, which is the old one that summons from the graveyard, from the back row. Not everyone plays it. So I thought, you know what? There's a good chance he doesn't play like the other trap. And then no one usually plays 3 Fogblades in a competitive deck. So let's see. Let's actually check. Yep, we called it right. He does not play anything. That's why I let that go through, because he cannot activate the effect. Because he must set a Phantom Knight spell or trap from deck. And he also doesn't have, like, if you see the other ones, this one is already in the graveyard, and this, I think, the only Phantom Knight's rank up magic. This one, oh, and this one, but this one was already public knowledge, it was already set, and there's literally no other Phantom Knight spells and traps. So this is like, because I know, like, the Phantom Knight deck, which is why I made that play, but you know, like, it's still hard to be able to know these if you have not played against Phantom Knights. So I was waiting for the Torn Scales, now we can Cold Bite, because it actually gives him a lot of value. And then I'm going to summon this, pop his back row, and then add. And then we're going to add the Makura, activate the Makura effect, and then set a Mortal Sun, which should be activatable because I have Raw in the graveyard. Yep. So this duel was actually very unfortunate because it goes to show like how much we rely on the Immortal Sun. If the Immortal Sun's gone, you lose. And here I was actually, the last thing I was expecting is SP. I'm not gonna lie. So when he goes SP here, I actually just know I lost because look at this. He's gonna banish this, which means the trap actually goes to the grave when it comes back. Summon Raw, and then look at this. I have no follow-up. I can't get anything. I only have 1 Immortal Sun, and it's banished, and there's no way to get it back. I have no lethal lines. I have no recursion. I just lose. There's nothing I can do. So we're gonna crash here, and then we're gonna activate the Makura, set the leading into darkness. I also don't have any more protect like slimes. We're gonna add Gilgarth, and then we can't again. If I had a way to shuffle this back with Gilgarth, that would have given him a lot more value. But yeah, this is the best we can do without the Immortal Sun. And this is only the pure deck. If this was a Fiendsmith build, I can easily just OTK him. Because we have lots of recursion, and Fiendsmith alone is already ridiculous, and the Apoth itself would also be very insane. So we're going to trigger this, add another True Sun, doesn't matter, there's literally nothing to search. draw Fua, activate True Sun, add another leading, can't activate, don't have anything to send, and we have to scoop here. Unfortunate. Game 2? I think that's game 2. I think that's... Oh, actually, this was game 1. Yes, I think this was game 1. And we're gonna Fua here. Okay, and then he is gonna go into the Bardiche, give us 1 draw, and he's gonna set. So here I thought he was just gonna go for the play where he adds Go Sound Boots, add the Phantom Fogblade. So I actually draw here, which is gonna stop all his plays. We don't get draws for these, but that would have been greedy of me to like not activate draw, because then he would just pass without going into any of these. So this actually is very good that I draw. We go Sun God, and then we are going to get the Winged Dragon of Ra, and then he just runs the timer down. Oh, actually that was game 2. Never mind. Yeah, I mean that's I don't know. Why would you get salty to the point where you just like let the timer go down because you got Jolt? Isn't your deck supposed to like play around Jolt? I think the set can beat Jolt, right? I don't know. Actually, this might be a different person, to be honest. Yes, it's a different person. Never mind. These are 2 different people. Okay. So this guy was on. Oh, that's the Phantom Knight. That's the other Phantom Knight player. Okay, makes sense. So this is game 1 for this Phantom Knight player. That's so confusing. Okay, my bad. This is the first Phantom Knight player we saw. This was game 1. I went first. And then the one we saw was game 2. And I didn't play game 3 because I had to leave. So the True Sun, and then we're going to go leading into darkness, send the Raw, and then he's going to Ash. We just go Slime. He still has Boa and Ash in hand. So we're going to go True Sun, and then he is going to activate Boa. Okay, I'm just not going to give you multiple draws here. I'm just going to give you 1 draw, I think. Pay life points so we are lower than him, and then go Vardross. Conveniently draws into Perovia. So I have to negate this. And then we go Gilgarth, shuffle back his thing, send Visor Death Shock, and then add back the Truce, what do you call it? The Immortal Sun, then add all of these back, which I think is like 4 cards. Yep, we have 4 cards plus Crown, plus Negates, plus the Immortal Sun. And then he bricks to his own deck, because his deck is just very bad. It's a meme deck, right? That's Phantom Knight. And yeah, that is it for today. Again, I think this deck is not really that great, to be honest. It doesn't function the way I want it to. We'll have to see if we get more supports for the deck. I maybe will be trying out more builds. I think someone was playing Prisma in this deck to like mill the Winged Dragon of Frog, because this mentions it. Which is kind of cool, but it's not going to be a 1-card combo, right? It's going to be like multiple cards that you want to use, which, you know, I don't think it's that big of a deal, because like you need multiple cards for all of these anyway. This deck doesn't function on 1-card combos. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one.